Hey guys, we're here for another edition of Movie Discussion. This week we're talking about Wonder Woman. I'm here with your boy Jackie Scoons, aka Bargo Reviews, aka Brick the Mayo Man. And I'm your boy Campo.Reviews. Alright, Senorita, what did you think of this movie?
It was good. I mean, not being much of a Wonder Woman fan and going in to watch this movie, I enjoyed it. It was worth it, definitely. It's good.
Wise words from a wise man. Yeah, it was definitely a good movie. I don't know if they could have picked anybody possibly better to play Wonder Woman.
Yeah, good decision.
Well, that was I didn't want to not look at her for the whole time.
I mean, I talked shit about her accent at the beginning, but then the backstory and everything, where all of them kind of had a weird.
When you realized she was Greek, and then it made sense. Yeah.
Greek
well, it's a good thing they pick a woman from Israel to play. But no, yeah, and she's just really good looking, which doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
I was just hey guys. What did you think about the guy, Chris Pine?
The secret agent.
Yeah,
he was good. I mean, I don't really know the whole story, so his role and everything like that is kind of fresh. So I guess I don't know anything about him. I just know him from this one movie, right? So
he's a main character from her storyline.
Yeah, I don't know much about him, just from this movie. So I don't know if he played the role well or bad, but I enjoyed it. His role was good.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, it was funny. He had some funny points too.
The thing I didn't like about him though, sometimes he got really erratic and he kept saying things and it didn't make any. We gotta go to the fight, and I was well, there was a few times it happened, but the most time that it really bothered me was right at the end when he was up on the top of the thing with her. Where she was fighting the guy thing, yeah. And he's humans are not always bad, sometimes people are just bad, and it was just weird. I don't know, but yeah, he was pretty good. The directing was really good.
I like the fighting scenes.
Yeah, the graphics were friggin'
besides her whip, the rope, everything else was good.
I liked the rope, but I know what you're talking about because there was times when it was so overly noticeable, the water too. Remember when he's in the pool and it's glowing and it's it just looked really.
The water there because he makes a comment.
It just looked really stupid.
It's supposed to be their little fairyland, Never Never Land. I said to you.
Yeah,
when we were in the theaters.
It was good. And the 3D. There's honestly, if you listen to this, there's no reason to see this movie in 3D.
Every time we go to ask these movies, the first thing I ask when we walk in is it in 3D?
But
what is the reason?
But in Guardians, there's a lot of the things they do gives you the 3D.
Yeah.
I feel DC just did a 3D release just to be Marvel and was if they're doing it, we got to do it because it didn't need it. But all the 3D was perfect. It was so perfect.
In Guardians.
And no, in this, the way that people stood, that's all you get out of it. There was no nothing that was
flying out of the screen or
but the way that. It was the way that it's set up, it was it didn't bother me at all. With Guardians it was bothering me because so much stuff was going on and I was yeah, it was really blurry.
Yeah. No, I noticed it right away when you were mentioning it right at the beginning. It looked clear.
Yeah, it was crystal clear.
Sometimes it takes your eyes a couple minutes to adjust when you're watching the 3D and the lines and everything. This one right at the beginning, it was more smooth.
Especially with Guardians, I noticed it. Everything that was in the background was blurry as hell, and it tried to make you just focus on the one thing, but you can't because the screen's so big. Yeah. Wonder Woman was here, everything's just gonna look nice. That was good. The quality of the filming was really good. The writing, the story was pretty good. I mean, the villains were a little whatever, but it wasn't nothing to be.
I feel they could have did a better story with the villains, in my opinion. I don't know the whole comic.
I liked how they kept it super grounded. The story, even though it's mystical or whatever, it was more about the war and the people in the war. Even Dr. Poison was just some scientist in the war. She didn't have any power. She didn't have any crazy weapons. She was just trying to create poison.
What was the deal with that guy sniffing that powder?
That kind of was weird. I thought that was really weird.
Because if he was not even one of the gods, what was the purpose of him sniffing this powder? Was he doing blow on the?
No, it was just something that was a super serum, but it only lasted for a little bit. Yeah, whatever. It was poison that he was inhaling that was making him strong.
I don't know. I didn't get that at all.
I thought that was weird too.
Yeah.
And it didn't add anything to the story because he did it and he pushed Wonder Woman on the floor and then
he died.
And then sorry, spoiler.
We didn't spoil it already, man.
No, we didn't spoil anything for you guys. Just,
Yeah, we talked about the jacuzzi.
listen to this. But there was so much. The jacuzzi gives away everything.
It does. They know the whole story now.
It's bubbly.
It wasn't bubbly.
His penis was out.
It was. Wonder Woman asked if it was average.
That's hilarious. No, yeah. The thing I like about it that they got right is they did the comedy and the timing, and it
right
blended
amounts.
well. And I'm not like, I'm sorry, you guys. The DC fanboys are too intense. Like, I'm not picking a side. I prefer DC, but like, Marvel has the right idea when they make the movies. Their tone and the flow and everything is so like nicely done. And this movie just nailed it. Like, Suicide Squad tried way too hard to be funny and like cool. And Batman vs Superman tried way too hard to be so like super dark and like unfunny at all.
Yeah, like, I don't know what you were saying about the DC movies, but to me, in my opinion, Superman was the best out of 3 that you named in the car.
Well, Superman was like, even though it was overly serious too, it was a point that you could see where they were going with it, and whether you liked that movie or not, you could see the potential that the universe was going to have. But then Batman vs Superman was just like 10 times more serious for no reason, and then Suicide Squad was like 100 times more ridiculous for no reason. Like,
I don't know, I enjoyed Suicide Squad more than Batman vs Superman.
I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I mean, it wasn't well made, really. It was sloppy. This movie was not sloppy. Wonder Woman is like perfection. Like, to be honest with you, it's not like the best superhero movie ever, but they did it right.
Yeah.
And this is like Thor take notes from this movie. If you're gonna go mystical, like god type storylines, this was the best one I've seen so far. And Thor looks amazing, by the way. But like, this is where to go. And I could see, you could tell that Thor did the same thing. It got much lighter hearted. Like, if you watch the trailer and like he makes the jokes, it's more colorful. Like, and Wonder Woman had that. It was a really dark tone movie, but then there was moments of like where she, as soon as she put her suit on, it's like they made you know she had it on.
Yeah.
Like, they made it bright. Like, okay, and it's Wonder Woman now, and I'm gonna F shit up. And she is the most badass character so far. Like, she makes Batman look like lame right now.
In Batman vs Superman,
She didn't even care. She was so like a little kid that you just let loose in a store and was just smashing everything. Like, and she was so happy. It was like the Hulk as a girl version.
Yeah.
Well,
that was good.
There is that exists.
I liked it when they went to the front line and they did all that stuff in the movie. That was good. Like, she was just jonesing for the battle the whole time. She didn't even want to go talk to anybody. She just wanted to go battle.
And she wrecked everybody.
Yeah, the fighting scenes were good. Like, you mentioned in the car about slow down scenes and stuff. I don't know if it's the same director. Is it?
That's what?
I don't know. You were telling me like the fighting scenes, how like they slow motion everything.
Oh no,
like,
that was Zack Snyder.
Okay.
But the slow motion in this, there was.
It just makes the fighting smoother. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect it. It doesn't distract.
They didn't
from
overuse it. Or like in a Zack Snyder movie, they're walking and it's slow motion. They're talking and it's slow motion. The guy's picking his nose in slow motion. The rain falls in slow motion. Wonder Woman knew exactly when, and it was like the slow speed. It would do a slow move and then it would go fast.
Yeah,
there was only one time that I thought it was ridiculous. Was right when the movie starts and like showing off the Amazons fighting, and that one girl does like the flip in the air for literally no reason at all and just throws the fucking spear. I was like, wow, thanks for.
Well, that's like their majestic style.
Thanks for
fighting.
trying to.
It shows her background.
That movie was dope. The movie was.
It shows
good.
her background where she learned how to fight like that, though. Like, it makes sense after when you see her fighting in the war.
Yeah.
I like those fighting scenes. It was good because like, if they just did it in fast motion, you'd miss most of the stuff. You wouldn't know what she did. Like,
it was perfectly done.
Yeah, it was good.
The fight scenes, like, I won't say this was as good as Logan. I'll go somewhere else with this in a second, but like, Logan had a really deep storyline. It was personal, it was human. Like, this had that, but not as much. But the overall like experience at this movie was equally as good as that. Like, I enjoyed it just as much as that. But like the story and the acting in Logan was like intense. Like, this movie didn't.
Better. I agree, it was better in that sense.
But like, okay, so for the 3 superhero movies we saw this year, which was Guardians, Logan, Wonder Woman, tell me the order you would put them in.
Logan, Wonder Woman, Guardians.
Yeah, okay, so we're like right on the same page there.
Not that Guardians was bad. It's just
no, it was a different movie.
It's. I always enjoy the first Guardians. I enjoyed it so much. The second one was just as enjoyable.
Well, something I liked about this movie was the score, the musical score.
Guardians.
With this, it was so good flowing. Like there was points where you don't even notice the music's playing because it was so perfectly with the scene, and it made you just feel what's happening, and it didn't confuse you. Like, and when it got intense and the beat came, and you were like, yeah, she's gonna ruin everybody, and like those are where movies get it wrong. There was no actual samples or anything played in this movie. Like where you're watching Guardians or Suicide Squad, and every 10 seconds it's like a popular pop song or like a rock song. Like this movie did it right. This is how DC can do their thing, you know. Like you have a great Hans Zimmer's like the best at doing that, and like you have him, just let him go. And it made the movie so intense and dramatic and didn't take away from what was happening. Like I didn't
flowed. Like I didn't listen to the song and start nodding my head.
That's what I mean.
I enjoyed the song. I actually watched the movie and not even noticed the music.
Exactly, and it was right on, because you were in a time too when the music didn't exist. I don't need you to start playing me like Paint It Black like in the middle of the fight scene or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So if you had to score this out of 10, what would you give it?
I'd say around a 9.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you give Logan?
I don't know, like an 8.7. This one probably, like I'm thinking 8.7, right? But like I mean, I don't know. It just, I'm not much of a Wonder Woman fan, but this kind of entered me into that fan base.
If this movie doesn't make money, like a ridiculous amount of money, I'll be so upset, because like people might hate on it because it's like a female-led movie, but like it is badass as hell. Like this movie needs to kill it. This was so good. It was so entertaining. It's just a little bit too long. Like they could have easily trimmed it down.
Yeah, like there's a lot of pointless scenes. Like at the beginning, with like when she's showing her in her hometown and stuff like that. Like a lot of that stuff could have been avoided. I think that part was a little cheesy.
I was okay for the whole entire thing. The only time the length of the movie got boring to me a bit was right in the final action scene. Like for no reason, there would just be random like 5 minutes of talking, like in the middle of a final battle, and then fighting for 2 minutes, and then 5 more minutes of talking. And I was like, wow. Yeah, and then the flashbacks and all that. It was like it was too much. But I hope there's like a extended version. Like that would be cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it's already 2 hours and 21 minutes.
You're saying like how much more extended can I make it?
Like a 3-hour movie.
I don't know. I wouldn't score this as good as I gave Logan. I gave Logan like an 8.5.
Yeah.
I'd give this like an 8.25. It's 100% a solid movie. It's, looking at my list, it's gonna probably crack my top 10 superhero movies for sure. It's gonna be like number 7-ish. It was so good. If you're a comic book reader or a fan of any of that, you need to see this movie.
Yeah, I think I want the Wonder Woman Earth one.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to borrow mine, but you might as well buy it.
My copy read.
It's definitely worth it.
Like Man of Steel.
It's sort of similar to this, but on like a different note. But you'll like it.
Earth 1.
Yeah.
Does it portray this movie?
Not really. Like, in a way. Like she goes to the planet and she comes to Earth or whatever. Well, she's on Earth. To the man's world, and like does some things, fights, whatever, and then she gets held trial back in her town, and she's like explaining the story, kind of like how this movie was like her looking at the picture and like, but it's not really.
Like so, like the whole thing is kind of a flashback from her telling a story in the comic.
Yeah, but it shows, like, this movie has some elements of it, but it's not really. This is like a fresh.
That's what I really liked about Man of Steel.
Yeah. Listen, the directing in this was good. You guys need to keep going with this. DC, put Zack Snyder in the garbage where he belongs, and let's just get this on the road.
Don't know who he is.
Anyways, that's it for us. We're signing off. Enjoy this movie. Watch it. Peace out. Subscribe!
Hey, what's up, guys? We here at Roblox Games put a lot of time and effort into our content, and it would be very much appreciated if you could drop a like on this video, and if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to our channel for more content.